The line between genius and oblivion is often thinner than we think. For some, a breakthrough discovery is the start of a celebrated career. For others, it is the beginning of the end. Knowledge can be a dangerous thing. Sometimes the price of uncovering a secret is to become one yourself. These are the stories of minds that reached too far and then vanished into the silence they created. Number 5. Louis Le Prince. In 1888, long before the Lumiere brothers or Thomas Edison, a French inventor named Louis Le Prince achieved the impossible. Using a single lens camera of his own design, he captured the world's first moving pictures. His brief films of a garden scene and traffic on a bridge in Leeds were revolutionary. He was on the verge of unveiling his invention to the world with a public demonstration scheduled in New York. In September of 1890, Le Prince boarded a train from Dijon to Paris to meet his brother. He was seen entering his cabin, but when the train arrived, he was gone. His luggage was gone. The windows were locked from the inside. No trace of him was ever found. The man who invented the moving image simply vanished, as if he had stepped into one of his own fleeting frames and disappeared forever. Number 4. Granger Taylor. In the quiet woods of Vancouver Island lived a mechanical prodigy named Granger Taylor. A self-taught genius, he built a one-man submarine and restored a steam locomotive by the time he was a teenager. But his interest soon turned from the terrestrial to the cosmic. He became consumed with understanding extraterrestrial propulsion, eventually building a full-scale replica of a flying saucer in his backyard, claiming it was powered by principles communicated to him in dreams. On a stormy night in November 1980, Taylor left a note for his family. It explained he was embarking on an interstellar journey, a 42-month voyage aboard an alien ship. He then drove his truck into the wilderness and was never seen again. Did he truly find a way to the stars, or did his obsessive quest lead him to a more earthly and permanent disappearance? Number 3. Ettore Majorana. A towering intellect among Italy's famed Via Panisperna boys, Ettore Majorana was a theoretical physicist whose brilliance was compared to Galileo and Newton. He was a pioneer in neutrino research, developing the concept of the Majorana fermion, a particle that is its own antiparticle. His work was decades ahead of its time. Then, in March 1938, after withdrawing a large sum of money from his bank account, he boarded an overnight ferry from Palermo to Naples. He wrote 2 strange letters, one to his family, one to a colleague, hinting at his disappearance. He was reportedly seen on the ferry, but never seen disembarking. Theories abound. Did he retreat to a monastery, flee to another country? Or did he, having foreseen the terrifying power of the atom, deliberately erase himself from a world he knew was on the brink of self-destruction? Number 2. Rudolf Diesel, the engine that bears his name, powers our modern world from trucks to trains to submarines. Rudolf Diesel was an engineering visionary who, in the 1890s, perfected a revolutionary internal combustion engine that was far more efficient than its gasoline-powered counterparts. His invention promised to change the face of global industry and warfare. In September 1913, on the eve of World War I, Diesel boarded a steamer bound for London to meet with the British Navy about equipping their submarines with his engines. He dined on the ship, retired to his cabin, and was never seen alive again. His coat was found neatly folded on the deck railing. His bed had not been slept in. Some called it purposeful, others a tragic accident. But with his technology holding immense strategic value, many have wondered if he was silenced to keep his engine from falling into the wrong hands. Number 1. Solomon K. Peikelner. In the cold corridors of Soviet science, Solomon Peikelner was a star. A leading astrophysicist, his work on the interstellar medium, solar plasma, and galactic formation was foundational. He understood the cosmic web that connected galaxies better than almost anyone. In the mid-1970s, he co-authored a groundbreaking book, Life in the Universe, exploring the conditions for extraterrestrial intelligence. It was a bold step in a regime that often viewed such topics with suspicion. Then, in 1976, at the peak of his career, Peichler was scheduled to attend a major astronomy conference. He never arrived. Official reports stated he died suddenly in Moscow, but the details were vague and contradictory. His colleagues were quiet. His files were sealed. For a man who spent his life looking at the vast emptiness of space, his own end became an equally silent, impenetrable void. The truth does not simply vanish, it refracts, scatters and hides in the shadows of what we think we know. These brilliant minds unlocked pieces of our reality, but in doing so they may have stepped through a door that only opens one way. Their discoveries remain, but their stories are now part of the great silent mysteries. They remind us that for every answer we find, the universe presents a new, more profound question.